All right. I muted myself. How interesting. Hi, everyone. So glad to be here with all of you from New York, from New Mexico. I love it. Yes, from all over. Beautiful. I'm Crystal Lynn, and I'm so happy, honestly, just to be in 2022, first of all, but definitely to be here with all of you today and to host this amazing workshop.
Sweetie. Sweetie.
Definitely mute yourself. We can hear someone so that everyone can hear clearly. Feel free to connect in the chat or possibly unmute later when there's a chance. If you want to join me on video, I would love that. If you're watching the replay, all of this healing and everything that we're going to do today is also going to be meant for you as well. So if you're new to me, I'm Crystal Lynn, Divine Empowerment Coach. I really focus on helping women to heal from past abuse, to believe in themselves again, and to reclaim their lives as free, powerful, and independent women. So excited to be here. So we're going to do a few things today. We are going to talk about the new moon. We actually have a new moon right now today, which is perfect because the new year just started, right? How perfect is that to have the new moon, which, by the way, is all the way about completely about new beginnings, right? And to start that off at the beginning of the year is just so powerful. So amazing. So we'll talk about the energy of this particular new moon. We will do a group card reading. We will do a meditation. We will do some journaling and goal setting for this year, right? For the whole year of 2022. And then I will also do a mini aura reading, which if you haven't done an aura reading yet, it really clears the energy. Like me just looking at the energy can clear, heal, and shift things for you. It may give us next steps. Like, honestly, you never know what amazing, juicy insight is going to come through when I do an aura reading. And it works as a group. It may feel like a personal reading for you, like matching pictures will come up. So yeah, we'll do some of that so we can clear and shift this energy and just really set the tone and the vibe to really crush it and make magic happen in 2022. So first, I just want to say, it's funny, one of my favorite numbers is 11, right? And 22 is a double 11. So I've been saying from the beginning that this is going to be a great year. And the numerology and stuff backs it up. So excited. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I actually took like a meditation bath last night, and I'm trying to find the words, like it definitely like did this healing. I didn't plan on it. I meditate when I'm in the tub. It just, the water helps me to connect more, right? But definitely had this experience of this healing. Like it was so powerful and so amazing. Just reflecting on like 2021 and even further back than that, honestly, and just healing like those things that were my pain points or that really hurt, and the things that brought me down, and just really focusing on that on an energetic level, and really, calling in the angels and things like that to help me really heal and shift that. And that was just so powerful. So I just feel ready to crush it. And I think it's important to mention because there is an energy of healing. There is an energy of that in 2022 also. So let's get into that, right? The numerology for 2022, it's a 6 in numerology, which means really like stability. Like the numerology of the number 6 is about stability. It's about responsibility too, right? Like taking responsibility. It's about relationships and love. There's a love energy to it, and also the healing energy. So for example, like 2020 was number 4. It was all about reassessing and restructuring our foundations. 2021 was a 5-year, which is all about remaining flexible and adaptable as we redefine what freedom means to us. And I really see it as like breaking down the old, like breaking down what wasn't working for those years. So this year is really about being in service, like thinking about everyone, giving out, like focusing on that love and that service and nurturing, and being responsible, right? Like taking responsibility for your own life as well as giving out and helping others. Again, the stability, the being responsible in the relationships is just leading to a beautiful and magical year. And even spiritual growth, like there's a lot of spiritual growth with this year that I see also. I pulled it when I did the 2022 card reading, and it lines up with the astrology as well, because Jupiter is in Pisces for most of the year for 2022, which is really about spiritual growth. And if you think about, honestly, the pandemic and everything that has happened in general, there is a lot of collective shifting. There is a lot of collective people waking up. Like, obviously you're here, you know about these topics, right? But many people are waking up or getting deeper into it, more experimenting maybe with psychic abilities if you're already into this, or yeah, just a big spiritual growth as a whole, which is beautiful. So loving that about the energy for 2022 as well. And then if you look at the numerology for the number 2, because we have 3 2s in 2022, right? The meaning behind 2 is like patience, partnership, peacekeeping, and diplomacy. So that's really beautiful too. Balance is another part of the 6th year, right? Balancing like that homework and family life. So that's going to be powerful too. So let me know. Oh my God, how does that feel already, right? Just to be in a new year and the new energy. I'm definitely feeling like I'm not like total max energy, because the new moon can often, it can have us feeling down. Like it can be a period of rest. And I was feeling like that, you know, before coming on. I'm like, oh no, like I want to be high energy, right, for the workshop. But oftentimes the new moon, the new moon is like that resting, that reflective energy, right? So yeah, so just something to note. Definitely, if you're new to me, write a list of your intentions. Do that after the video. Write what you want to create, not only this month, but this whole year, since we're at a new start for a new year. And we'll get into like goal setting and stuff later, but definitely take some time to write more when we're done about like all your intentions. And for your goals, for your intentions, like actually a really good habit to do this whole year would be to wake up first thing in the morning and write down your goals and write them in present tense, right? When you write your goals, write your intentions, always write them in present tense, as if they've already happened, as if they're happening, as if it's a done deal, right? Even if it's like years and years off to the future, write it as if it's happening, right? So so that's one key and tip for you guys to make this year amazing, right? If you woke up and like first thing, one of the first things you did was to really write your goals as if they were happening. Like take a minute, take 5 minutes, whatever it is, just brain dump, just write whatever comes down, right? And always write it in present tense. Like how would that set the tone for your day? How would that change your day if you just got up focused on that every day, right? All right, beautiful. All right, who else is glad that 2021 is over? Is it just me? Yes, totally. Awesome. All right, so let's talk about this moon particularly. Oh, let's see, I think we have, thank goodness. Yes, I'm reading the comments. Yes. All right, so Capricorn, this new moon right now is in Capricorn. And Capricorn's an earth sign. And Capricorn is all about, it's really like the hard worker, right? When you think about Capricorn, it's like the hard worker. It's definitely like stability, somebody who shows up, right? Gets it done, totally. So that's exactly why we're doing a goal setting thing today. And it's the perfect energy for that, right? So beautiful. But also with this moon, it's like a cosmic reset, right? It's a new year, new beginning, things are shifting. And this first new moon really brings the energy, like not just to set the goals that are tangible, right? But achievable. It brings in the stability. It's giving you a boost that you need to actually accomplish the goals. That's what this new moon energy is bringing for us right now. Oh God, my throat is like, all right, so now's the perfect time to really reflect on all this change and transformation, right? Obviously, we finished a year, we're starting a new year. Obviously, it's the perfect time for reflection. Obviously, it's the perfect time for goal setting, but the Capricorn moon is like lining up the energy for us, right? And every new moon lasts about 2.5 days, just so you know. So I encourage you to do it today, but you could do it tomorrow, right? If you need it to, in terms of writing down your list of what you want to manifest and your journal questions and things like that. We'll be doing some writing while we're here live today, but continue, write more after, right? Go deeper. So here's a few things to think about, and we'll do journal questions in a minute, but just throwing these out there, you know, notice what pops into your head as I just say these. Like, it's a good time to ask because this is the time of transition, right? Like, how are you different? What has changed over the past year? You know, how are you the same? Are you living in accordance with the internal changes and ways which you have transformed within the past year or so? And how can you make your environment more reflective of the person you are now, right? And that means not just your home, but who you're surrounding yourself with, right? How you're spending your time, like all of those things. Are you aligning with high vibration and setting yourself up for success, right? Are you fueling your mind with positive things? Maybe it's just listening to things if you don't have that support team like in your home or whatever, right? Setting yourself up to success, basically staying in positive energy and momentum. Like the news, right? Watching the news, it's fear-based, it's not necessarily factual, they're just telling you what they want to report, right? So like, it's not good for you to be watching the news, for example, right? Instead, read a book that talks about self-discipline, or you know, a YouTube video, whatever. Anything that's going to help you be in the positive, to better yourself, to work on your own growth. And then, you know, journaling, asking these types of questions, you know, now and throughout the year, right? So Capricorn's really about structure, discipline, responsibility, goal setting, resourcefulness, and ambition, right? Very ambitious Capricorn. So it's the perfect time to really reflect where we're at and where do we want to be? What do we wish for in the future? What do we want to create? And honestly, once we see it, write it, think about it, it's possible, right? Because if we have that thought, then we can totally do it. And I'm telling you, like, you can do this. Like, it is so the time to believe in yourself. If you have it in certain ways, like, now's the time. Just believe in you. Just go for it. Take that leap of faith, because anything is possible, right? I mentioned Jupiter being in Pisces all year, but Jupiter is like also like abundance and luck, right? It's a very lucky planet. So lots of just positive energy that we can tap into this year. So believing in yourself is part of the key. So just throwing that in there for you guys. And then we also have, like, with this particular new moon right now, based on where Uranus is, we have that's like about technology and change and originality and individuality. So you might have like an aha idea or a light bulb moment, like something new, whether you're inspired to do something or think about it a new way. So definitely get creative, think outside the box right now as well. And then I already talked about writing our list of intentions. Yeah, it's just really Capricorn's like, what mark do you want to leave in the world? Time to make a new plan. They're serious, right? And they love strategy. Like, what do they want to achieve? Thinking about like your routines. We'll talk about that a little later, right? But what are your daily routines? Where are you disciplined? Where do you need more discipline? Like, these are really the things to look at. And are you being kind as well as diligent, right? Because Capricorn will show up and get things done, but pay attention to, are you being kind to yourself and others? How can you show compassion to yourself and others as well? Now's the time to just get your life in order and make the changes. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? Even though you're grown up, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? Now's the time. You get to decide, you get to change, right? This is a new beginning. I mean, every day is a new beginning, but this is a new beginning. Like, what do you want? Maybe you want something brand new. Maybe it feels crazy. Maybe you feel like, oh, I can't do that. Guess what? You can. I've mentioned earlier, believe in yourself, right? So what do you want? Like, if you were 5 looking in the mirror playing dress up or whatever you played, you would dream big, right? You would be like, oh, I'm going to be president or rich and famous or whatever, right? Like, there was no, at least me, I think for most of us, we didn't see the limits as much as we place limits on ourselves as adults, right? So dream big. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? All right. Let's could I repeat those prompts? Well, I have more prompts for you later. So yeah, don't worry, no big deal. We're going to do more journal questions later. Someone in the chat was asking. All right, so let's walk through a meditation first, because I think that will help us to really shift the energy and get clear. And then we will go into journaling. So you'll have a minute to grab pen and paper after the meditation. All right, so get comfortable, close your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me, all of those who are live. And if you're on the replay, this is definitely so worth it to stop, reflect, take the time to focus on what you want. So love that you're here with me and taking this time for you. I appreciate you. All right, so let's take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. Okay, now I want you to picture yourself in just your happy place, this beautiful setting. Whatever comes to mind is perfect, but just picture yourself in a lush environment that just feels comfortable and fuels your soul. Notice where you are. Fill in all the details around you. When you are relaxed, you are motivated, you are inspired, you are ready to just crush it for this year and beyond while you're in this place. You feel connected, you feel at one with source here. You know your purpose, you know where you're going. And you might only know the next step, but that's enough. You are clear and confident in this next step, and you know that it's the right thing for you. And you know that that first step will lead to the next step, and so on and so on. You're not questioning. You trust the universe. You trust yourself. You follow your nudges and calling. So I want you to fast forward and notice yourself at the end of 2022. It's December 31st, 2022. And this year has been more amazing than any other year you have ever lived. It has been your best year yet. You have accomplished so much. Your relationships are thriving. Your relationship with yourself is thriving. So much is possible. So much is possible for you. So much has happened for you. And I want you to review the whole year of 2022 and what has happened for you personally. What is that one thing that was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. It's so much bigger than I could have ever imagined. Just close your eyes and really picture it. Picture yourself in the moment of achieving that. Fill in all the details. Notice how you felt in that moment. Who was there with you? How did you celebrate after? You know, it's that moment of, well, I always sort of thought about this. So I never knew if I could actually make it happen. And I made it happen this year in 2022. What is that for you? How are you different as you see yourself standing here at the end of the year, so proud of yourself, so happy, so fulfilled? How are you different? What do you notice about you? How are you standing? How are you dressed? How are you feeling? How are you projecting yourself? How are you connecting with others? How have your relationships shifted and grown this year? Who do you have a deeper connection with? Or perhaps it's multiple people that you have a deeper connection with. How is this deep connection affecting the rest of your life and the way you show up? So I want you to picture yourself at the end of the year talking to your current self. What piece of advice would you give you to take the first step in the right direction to make this year amazing, to achieve more than you ever could think possible? What are you saying to you? What advice do you need to hear? And now just flood your mind with a bunch of little quick things that have happened over 2022 that have been amazing as well. Whether you see it, hear it, think it, what are all the little magical moments that happened for you in 2022? Soak in the magic, the potential, this feeling of happiness, fulfillment, love, and whatever other emotions you're experiencing right now. Let yourself soak all this up. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. So feel free to unmute and share. Go grab pen and paper if you need to. Of course, we're going to journal in a moment. Um, but feel free to type in the chat or unmute and share what you've seen or experienced in that meditation just now. Or maybe you just thought something amazing. That works too. All right. All right, are we ready to get journaling then? All right, so let's journal. I know some people, I mean, both are great tools, right? To meditate, picture it, and also to write it out. So, all right, so the first question is for the journal prompt is what areas of your life do you want to improve? That was so interesting. I never thought to picture a year in advance. Yes, right? How does it change everything when you see yourself? It's done. It's already done. Like that just shifts your energy. And even if you don't have all the details, you still had a thought. You still had something, right? And that still is like lighting a spark within you, right? So beautiful. Yes. Awesome. All right, so first journal question is, and if you want to type in the chat, if you don't have pen and paper, you can do that too. You could type your answers in the chat if you want, or just whatever works for you. All right, so first question is, what areas of your life do you want to improve? What would you love to improve in 2022? Just write whatever comes up for you, whether it's career, business, relationships, self-love, health, right? Spiritual connection, get a new house. Yes, love it. Yes. Absolutely. So the first question was, what areas of your life do you want to improve? And then the second question is really, we're going to brain dump. We're just going to write as much as comes to mind quickly without even thinking. Just write whatever comes up for you. Big, little, doesn't matter. And the question is, what do you desire to achieve? What do you want to achieve in 2022? What magical moments do you want to have? Like, what do you want to experience? Anything and everything. Yeah, so we're just going to take a few minutes to dump as much as possible about all the things that could happen in 2022. So I'll give you guys a 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. Yeah, I guess so. I said 2, so it must be meant to be. So I'll give you 2 minutes to journal on that for a moment. So we're brain dumping everything. You're just writing real fast. You're not overthinking it. You're just connecting with your intuition and writing down everything that you want to achieve in 2022. Little, small ways you want to feel, tangible things you want to have, experiences, all of it. So let's take a few minutes to journal on that, and feel free to write in the chat if you want to. New house. We got new house twice here as one of our 2022 goals. I love it. Yay. So just keep writing everything you would love to achieve in 2022. Just brain dump, little, small. Yep. And in the comments, we have a new house, improved finances. We have a Mediterranean wine cruise, sell my rental house, improve finances, and buy mom a water system. Beautiful. Yes. If we could achieve more than we ever thought possible, right? What would we be achieving? So now I want you to think about, what one thing do you want most? If you had to achieve just one goal in 2022, what would that one goal be? Not that you can't achieve other things, but often if we try to do 5 things at a time, nothing happens, right? There's no movement. So if you focused on the thing that you want most, right? And work towards that and made progress, like, you can achieve it, you can make it happen. Other little things could happen at the same time. But if your focus and intention is on one main thing, um, it just gives you leverage, it gives you focus, it gives you momentum, discipline, right? To really make it happen. So, what is the one thing that you want most? What is that number one goal for you in 2022? If you had to pick one thing, what would that be? And I'm seeing here, whether this was the brain dump or the one goal, I'm seeing comments is to improve finances. Yes. And to get at my ideal weight and body. Yes, absolutely. Love it. I had a smoothie this morning. I had to get some vitamins in. I'm definitely going to start eating healthy again, but I have not been. So yes, I can relate to that. So, meet my life partner. Yes. Soulmate, divine love, whatever you want to call it. That quality man. Yes. And that's perfect too, because the whole relationships focus of the numerology, with this being a 6 year, it's, yeah, there is a love focus to it too, right? With the relationship. So that's beautiful. All right, next question to journal on is, what does it look like when you achieve it? When you achieve that one goal, maybe you've seen it in the meditation already, add some new details to it. If you didn't see it, that's fine. Write it out now. Don't think, guys, just write. Ladies, I should say ladies. Just write, right? It's not about knowing the answers. It's about just following the intuition. So what does it look like when you achieve that goal? How do you feel? What opens up for you when you achieve that goal? Often when we achieve one thing, we improve one area of life, it trickles over into other areas of life, right? Without even focusing on them, it will trickle over and make those areas improve too. So that's what I mean by what opens up for you, right? If this area thrives, how does it affect other things in your life? So journal about that. That's an important question, isn't it? What does it feel like to achieve it? It's definitely key to think about that, to feel that, to picture that, right? Love it. Share your one goal in the comments if you haven't yet. I would love to see everyone's. Um, and then if you had to, okay, so you achieve that goal, right? So if you had to break down this one goal into smaller steps, what would they be? How do you see yourself at the end with it completed? And then how do you break it down into smaller steps? So again, whatever comes to your mind, just write it out. How would you break it down into smaller steps? And then in the comments, we have my vehicles paid off and feel empowered. Yes, not worrying about money or debt. Love it. Financial freedom. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that's definitely a recurring theme when I did the 2022 yearly reading too. It was all about abundance and money and financial freedom. Yes, I'm loving these common goals and themes here that we all have. Beautiful. So what are the smaller steps? Just write anything that comes to mind. It doesn't have to be in logical order. Just how would you break down your goal into smaller steps? And write a bunch of them down right now. What would each of those steps be? Is this helping? Let me know in the comments. And then what would your first 1 to 3 steps be to take right now, right? So right now, what would your first 1 to 3 steps be to start working towards achieving that big goal in the end? So journal about that for a moment. All right, so in the comments we have here, I find that I have the same goals year over year, but it doesn't change. So there's a few things to this. It could be discipline, it could be routine, it could be habits, like needing to change those types of things in order to actually show up and get the results. It could be that, have you ever worked with a coach or anything like that? Because support is totally needed. It is very, very difficult to do anything on your own. Even with, reading a book, yes, we can make progress. Applying things, we can make progress, but it's much, much harder to get there on your own. And you're only going to make a small change. Whereas if you have a coach or join a group coaching program or something like that, that can really give you momentum forward, where you're showing up every day. And you have had coaches too. Okay, got it. Well, obviously not the right coaches for you. Sorry to hear that. I do have, so this is this manifesting with the moon. I do have coming up. I'm going to be doing a monthly manifesting with the moon workshop series. So we'll be using the energy of the new moon. There'll be a few full moons thrown in there, but mostly the new moons. To really use the energy of the moon to set your intentions to make magic happen. Because when you align it with the energy that's already in the air, amazing things can happen. And what you get with this too is I look into your personal birth chart, astrology birth chart, and let you know what basically you're going to use the astrology to know what house it's in and this and that, to use your own personal chart to manifest with the new moon. So we'll also talk about the group collective energy in terms of, like, it's a Capricorn moon, right? The collective energy is, the focus is hard worker and goal setting and stability and routines, right? But then in your own personal astrology chart, you have something going on too that you can tap into. So everyone who joins this series is going to get their personal chart and work with their personal chart, and you'll get like a guide and things like that, so you know how to work with it. As well as we'll have monthly calls like this where we're talking about the group collective energy. We'll do healings. We'll have topics like we're doing the goal setting today. It'll be different topics. It could be speak your truth. It could be self-love. It could be relationships. It could be love. It could be money mindset, right? So different topics, but based on the energy of the moon. So I have done a membership work circle in the past, and it was amazing. However, I didn't actually sync it up with the moon. So I know that it's going to be so much more amazing this year because I'm doing it with the moon, with the energy. Like, we have the universe and the energy of the moon supporting us. So I'm super excited. So that's an opportunity for you if you're interested in that, since you mentioned things not working in the past. So I would love to have you join me there if you're interested in that. And Sophie's saying she's so excited for the workshop series, and so is Tammy. So that's perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Yay. So yeah, and it'll be 12. It's all year. So we'll do it for the whole year of 2022. And I have a few more journal questions for you guys. But while we're talking about it, I didn't expect to go into that, but since since you mentioned it, I wanted to speak to that. It's definitely a way to like check in every month, to keep track of your goals, to see where you're at, to see what you want to achieve. And because every month we're going to be focusing on setting those new intentions each month, setting the goals each month, right? And then working towards them. And then having that consistent healing energy and the group support to do all that. Just beautiful and amazing. So let's finish the few journal questions that I have first, and then I'll talk a little bit more about that month manifesting with the moon series, which it'll be similar to this, right? Where we're showing up, we're focusing, we're talking about the moon, we're, you know, tuning into the energy and doing the aura reading or something similar, as well as a card reading and things like that. So next question is, after you have your first 1 to 3 steps to take right now, the next question is, what stands in the way of you achieving your goal? Like literally, what has gotten in the way of you achieving your goal in the past or in the future? What is that thing? Of course, there's always going to be a mindset component to it, right? Like not believing this or that. But what else too? Like, what are the tangible things, you know, that get in your way? Like, distractions or, you know, kids interrupting or whatever it is for you. So write out all the things that could stand in the way. What are all the obstacles? What are all the things that could get in the way of you achieving that number one goal that you have focused on for 2022? And don't skip this question, right? Like just dump it. Like maybe it'll be an obstacle, maybe it won't be an obstacle, right? But if there's a potential for it to stand in your way and prevent you, like let's shed the light on that. Let's be aware of what those are. Like this is a key to really you crushing it too. So feel free to journal all that down. If you guys want to share in the comments, feel free. And mindset's a really big one too. And that's why having group support and a coach or something like that is needed too, because we really do, you know, we get our own way, and it's just those limiting beliefs. You know, we all have negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. So really just working on shifting out of those, right, is so powerful. I've been, yeah, I'm always involved in something for myself personally too, right? Even though I'm a coach, I always have coaches or programs, right? Like I'm coaching rather a leadership program right now. And yeah, it's just amazing. And then I get coaching a little bit with it too. So it's beautiful. I have this like network of support, right? Because of that. So yeah, we can't do anything alone. We need people. And I got to tell you, when I first started, especially my business, I thought, oh, I could do this all on my own. And it's just not true. It's just not true. We need people. We need collaboration. We need coaches or whatever, right? We need people. Absolutely. Okay. Faith in myself, money, and manifestation abilities. Yes, I love it. Well, you will amp up your manifestation game if you join the Manifesting with the Moon workshop series. Absolutely. And we'll talk about manifesting and stuff too. But each month that's going to be the focus, right? Like, what are you going to manifest this month? So it's perfect. Okay, next question. What can you do when this happens? So these obstacles come up, these things get in your way. So what can you do when that happens? Like, what's a solution that you can do so that you can stay on track, so that you can pivot, so that you don't get caught up in the obstacle and not get done what you wanted to do, right? Whether it's having time blocks, maybe like if, you know, I'm just saying kids as an example, right? If kids are a distraction, you may have to stop doing what you're doing and help them and then come back, right? So maybe it's a time block thing where you're spending at least 2 hours per day on something, or 30 minutes, like whatever it is. And then you get distracted, like to literally look at the time and then come back. Maybe you have to stop and then come back and then still say you did 30 minutes, then you do the extra hour and a half, right? So instead of putting it off and not doing it, you have a little flexibility in there, but you're committed to the 2 hours, however that looks like, however you squeeze those 2 hours in, right? That's a really good way of looking at obstacles and things like that. So what is it for you, right? What stands in the way of achieving your goal? And what can you do to stay on track? Does anybody have any questions about this? Is this clear? Let me know in the comments, or unmute yourself if you want to give me an example that you would love for me to like brainstorm with you. We could do that. All right. So the last question is, what new routines will you create? So what do you need to do every day? Maybe you need to meditate. Maybe you need to connect with fun and joy. Maybe you need to literally show up and do the work things. Maybe it's connection with family, right? Maybe once a week you have quality family time, or once a month you have an outing, or right, whatever that is. So all of it, like what new routines do you get to create? And I can admit being a little like, oh, discipline, routine, structure, right? Sometimes it feels like the word discipline, right? It just feels like, ugh. But when we have those things in place, and you can include the fun things as part of your schedule, as part of your routine, not just the work, like include both. How will that impact you if you actually show up and you stick to what you say you're going to do? So again, I want to preference that when we're goal setting, it's very important not to pick like 10 goals and do them all at once, because you're going to lose steam. You're not going to gain traction in every one area. So keep it simple, keep it focused. Like, what are the new routines you need to create? Perhaps you start out small. You meditate for 10 minutes a day, like that's totally doable. Maybe you're journaling for 10 minutes in the morning, whatever that looks like for you. But don't overwhelm yourself. Like, don't make it like, oh, I'm going to do these 50 things every day in 2022. And then, in 7 days, you're like, oh my God, I can't do this. It's too much. Like, I'm overwhelmed, right? So set yourself up for success and think about what you can realistically, that wasn't a word, that came out funny, what you can realistically do in a day, right? Like 3 things maybe, like what 3 things can you get done in a day? Bite-sized things, not like versus like 20 things, right? And then each day you look at what can you get done, or in a week. So setting yourself up for success, not setting yourself up to where you can't achieve all that you're saying that you want to achieve, and then you feel disappointed in yourself, because then you feel disappointed, then you're not motivated, then you're not inspired, like then that's affecting your mindset, then that becomes an obstacle, right? So how do you want to be stretchy, you want to do a little more than you've been doing, absolutely, but you want to not make it too big, like not make it too much, right? So what are those new routines for you that you need to create? And that is my last question for you guys. And yes, in the comments, Kim says the workshop is very helpful. The journal prompts gives a basis to journal and create. Yeah, absolutely. And feel free to continue on these questions later, right? We can absolutely still continue with this. Beautiful. All right, so we're still going to do a card reading and a what's it called? A mini aura reading. Okay, one goal in the comments is have more fun, to be out with yourself and with friends and family. Got it. Yes, more fun. Definitely. Oh my God, I think we all need more fun, especially after 20, these years that we've had, right? And showing up is a big key of it too. Oh, I made this little painting. So I decided that the Phoenix is the symbol for 2022, right? Because it's like rising from the ashes after the crappy years of 2020 and 2021. What do you guys think? You like that idea, that symbolism? My silly little painting. So funny. Yes, Phoenix energy. It's one of the I'm a Scorpio too. It's definitely a Scorpio. One of the symbols of Scorpio too. But yes, rising from the ashes. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, Tammy, would you like to come on and talk about, so since I'm talking about this manifesting with the moon workshop series, we're still going to do a card reading and a mini aura reading. So we're not done. but Tammy was part of my membership circle for this past year. And you want to talk about showing up, right? We're talking about discipline, showing up. Like, she was live on, I think, practically every call. And I'm sure she watched the replay if she missed it. And because of that, the results that she got, like, in her life that honestly, I didn't even know about at first. And then we talked and I'm like, huh? Like, all this stuff was happening behind the scenes because she was showing up. She was listening. She was applying what was happening, what she was learning in the membership circle. And I was like, what? Like, blown away, like, holy crap. So just share with us a little bit, about your experience with the membership circle, where you were at before and where you're at now by participating in that, because guys, like, join the manifesting with the moon series, because like, this is what you can attain. This is what you can do. This is what you can transition in a year. And you can just go to crystallineperez.com to sign up and then click on 2022 if you're interested in that. And when this workshop ends, you could do that. So it's just crystallineperez.com. But go ahead, Tammy.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if there's a bad echo. We're finishing a remodel in a house. So definitely not in the greatest of places, personally, professionally. And for some reason, I was just drawn to crystal. And I had been praying and praying for guidance and for help, and it was having that accountability coming. Like, I've looked forward to participating in them every month, because as I started creating my boundaries, following her steps, and the changes just started falling in place, and also being prepared for, with like creating the boundaries, being warned about the backlash and being prepared for that. So as those negative, people or things, jobs, as they were leaving my life, our life, and fighting to come back in, that it gave me the proper guidance on how to deal with the situation, right, rather than how I probably would have reacted not taking the classes, not getting this information. So I am so looking forward to the next group, and it was just amazing, and our business is growing, and I'm looking forward to being self-employed for 2022 and buying our new home, our forever home, and getting our health fixed definitely is all on the right track too. So I am grateful for the guidance and for the blessings.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so thrilled with the results that you personally have gotten. And yeah, I just want to reference quickly, because Tammy talked about boundaries. So yeah, definitely, self-love and speaking your truth and boundaries is totally a part of what I do, as well as healing past abuse with one-on-one clients and so much more. But anyway, so what we talked about was that often when you start to enforce your boundaries, especially with family or people who've been around forever and they're used to you not enforcing your boundaries, right? They're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. They're used to you just doing whatever, or what used to be, or pleasing them type of thing. So notice that they're not going to like it at first. And it's going to take a little time, and you have to be feet firm and stay the course, right? You can be kind and firm, but you got to stay the course and keep pushing those boundaries. So eventually they accept it. So, so that's what Tammy was talking about. I love how just things have shifted in her relationships, and business and so much more just by being a part of these workshops, like blown away by the results. So amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. All right, so let's pull some. And again, you can go to crystalinperez.com. You could just click on 2022, or you could do /2022. Either way, you'll get there. But it's going to be amazing. And I always, if you've been following me, like I love doing the new and full moon events in the free group, in the free Facebook group. And I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, where I'm doing the workshops literally with the energy of the moon. So like, yeah, I'm just so excited for it. I know everyone who joins is going to create magical things this year, as well as like the astrology is backing us too, finally, right? like shifting out of the past 2 years, right? Like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm so excited. Can't wait. So definitely join me there. If you have questions, feel free to send me a message or an email. We could hop on the phone if needed. All right. So let's pull in card reading for this current Capricorn new moon that we're in. I'm gonna pull some cards, do a card spread. All right, so let's pull 5 cards here, see what energy we have, and then I will do a mini aura reading as well. This replay will be available too, in case you want to go back and, any healings that I'm doing, whether you're live or on the replay, they, totally effective in the replay too, right? So you can always get the healing again and things like that. So just to note. All right. So let's pull these cards. Okay. And then I did what's it called? I did a whole 2020 yearly card reading too. That's in the Facebook group. If you haven't seen that yet, that's pretty interesting and powerful. Like I said, the spiritual growth came up in that and some other things. All right. So first card in the first position represents, where am I at in my life right now? Okay. So where are we at in our lives right now? And the first card that we got is the 6 of Spring. And it says, wonderful news, it's on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. So I know many of you are talking about, financial goals and things like that, right? This is saying, where are we at? We're at that transition, right? We're at the point where things are shifting. So this is the card. When I have the background on, sometimes it doesn't show clearly. Oh, there you go. You can see it good. Okay, so 6 of Spring. And yeah, I'm just feeling like good things ahead, really. So it's the most important thing that I'm feeling from this card. All right, next card is, what is blocking me from growing and what do I need to leave behind? And for this card, we got the World card. Again, I really think it's speaking to the shifting, to the transition, to leaving behind all that's happened in 2020 and 2021, or maybe your whole lifetime, who knows, right? But leaving the things that didn't work out behind and really focusing on what you want. Because what we got for this placement is the World card. And it's really about like success and things coming together and something that has completed, right? But now you have the freedom to go in any direction you choose. So it's interesting because freedom was 2021, right? It was like breaking down so that we could tap into freedom. So this kind of fits perfectly. So now we get to decide, okay, what do we want? Whether the last year was successful or not for you personally, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. From today going forward, you get to choose. What do you want? It doesn't matter where you're at. It does not matter. It only matters where you want to go, and that you keep your mindset and your energy right, which is why these manifesting with the moons is so important, because it's not just, it's your mindset that's important too, but it's also your energy too, right? Like if you show up every day and just say affirmations and you're like, I'm going to be rich, and like you don't believe it, you don't feel it, you don't embody it in the energy, like it's going to be, like things are not going to shift, right? So it goes deeper than just doing the mindset work. Like you have to feel it, embody it, believe it, right? That's why the routine, taking some time for you, self-care, right? One of you mentioned fun. That's why all that's so important too. So that's the placement of this second card is, what am I leaving behind? And honestly, you're leaving behind what didn't work. And this card is showing us that amazing things are possible now, right? So that's the World card. All right, next card is, what intention should I set in order for me to grow? So the card that we got here in this placement is, it's the Ace of Winter card. So again, it's a new beginning. It's all about new beginnings. And it's saying, don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately, and amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So, what intention should you set? You should set the intention to be committed, right? That regardless, you know, when we're working towards something, sometimes there are bumps in the road and we have to pivot and we have to tweak, but not to give up, right? That's the biggest message that I'm getting from this, is not to give up, to stay committed, to stay the course, to stay focused, work towards that one goal. What is that thing you really want more than anything? Like, you get to work on it. You get to be committed. And also communication, right? Communication and taking the leap of faith and implementing those new ideas and communicating clearly. So that's what I'm getting. Oh, I actually want to see that card a little longer than that. So that is that card. So I see it like coming out of the winter, honestly. The card represents the first card in the winter suit, but I see it like coming out of the winter, right? Coming out of the, the cold, right? From the past 2 years. Definitely. So that's beautiful, beautiful message there for all of us. All right, next card represents, what knowledge do I need to gain in order to cultivate my intentions? So what knowledge do I need to gain in order to cultivate my intentions? And the card we got here is falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, and the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So what I'm getting is falling in love with your goal, right? Falling in love with what you want to create, envisioning, like we did earlier, envision it happening. Like, what would your life be like? How would you feel? What would change? What would open up for you if you achieve that goal? Like, literally fall in love, become immersed in like life, like possibilities, like believing it, right? That's a part of manifestation too, is to believe, act as if it's already here, right? And you know, let your friends or your family members think you're a little bonkers, or you don't really need to share it with them. But the thing is, what would happen for you if you showed up like that, like it was already done? It's just going to allow the universe to bring it to you once you believe it, right? And if you wish for like a new love, I know one of you, at least one of you did, right? A new man. This card is saying a new love coming in. So beautiful. But it could be also just falling in love with the goal, the idea, the vision, right? Falling in love with what you truly want and desire. And if it is calling in a new love, by the way, how can you embody love? How can you lead with love right now? It doesn't have to be in a romantic way, but with your connection, with your relationships with others. Like, how can you have deeper conversations, connect, and how can you show yourself love in a new way, in a deeper way? Take yourself on a date, right? Like, there's so many ways to embody the energy of love so that you could call in love. So yeah. All right, and the fifth card represents what positive energy will emerge during this phase. And the card we got here is, it shows again, someone determined and focused, intellectual and impulsive, totally goes with the Capricorn energy, right? Being determined, committed, right? Committed is something that I mentioned from one of the other cards. And decisive. So this is seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively. Sudden or unexpected changes. So the best thing to do this month is to be committed, is to be decisive. And I would say tune in with your intuition, right? Tune in with your intuition. What is the right decision for you? Don't just listen to the advice of others, right? It's really about what feels right for you. Only you know. People can give you the best advice, and maybe they're even right. Like maybe that advice worked for them, but it might not work for you. So you really need to have discernment and tune in with yourself and your intuition when you're making decisions. So yes, I see good things ahead for us. Things happening quickly, right? Things are moving, things are shifting, like already, like day 2 into it, right? Like things are shifting. So just notice and pay attention. You know, we even talked about the energy of this new moon having that the aha, right? The aha, the light bulb moments, right? So notice that this month, right? For the next month, you know, what can open up for you, what can happen, what can create, be open to the possibilities and be willing to take that leap of faith, be decisive, be committed. Yeah, beautiful. It's a beautiful reading, actually. It goes in line with the energy. Did these cards resonate with all of you guys? Let me know. I would love to hear. And then also I would love to hear, is there anything, so with the mini aura reading that I'm about to do, it can really help to wow, that wasn't a word. It can help to clear like energy, like clear blocks, clear things standing in your way, as well as possibly set new intentions and things like that too, or next steps, I should say. So when I tap in, you know, anything will, you know, whatever comes up will come up like intuitively, right? It'll come up because you guys need it. And you don't have to do anything. You can just sit and receive. You can take notes if you want, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with. But me just looking at the energy actually helps to clear and shift it. You will allow yourself for your highest good to let go of, you know, whatever you're ready to let go of. So that's how it works. But any intentions on what you would like me to look at or shift with the aura reading, put it in the comments now. And let's see. So I have, yes, the cards resonated. Yes. So excited for 2022. And definitely resonated. Feel the need to commit this year. Yes, declaring debt and making a savings. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, discipline, so huge. Shift any blockages for my 2022 goals, please. Yes, absolutely. Perfect. I love it. I'm feeling 22, right? Like Taylor Swift. She's got that song, right? So we can all be feeling 22. I used to tell my kids, not recently, but years ago, I used to tell them I was 22 all the time when they had really no concept of age. It was quite funny. I used to tell them different ages. It took them a while to figure out my age. Now they know though. And they think 30 is probably old now, but how funny. All right. But now we can all be 22. Shift negativity, regret the past and the people and things that are not for my greater good. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So anybody have any questions about the Manifesting with the Moon workshop series? Let me know. And I'm going to, and by the way, the first one that we're going to do is going to be releasing. We're going to focus on releasing what's not serving us with the full moon for the first one in the series, about mid-month this month. So yeah, and then the first 15 people to sign up get bonuses to like coaching sessions and additional card readings and things like that. And you also get bonus workshops and things that I have done in the past. So it's like so valuable. Like you get so much with this workshop. It's amazing. So yeah, I just forgot what I was about to say. But the releasing, the full moon, the releasing, because we really need to release what's not serving us too in order to manifest. It's not just focusing on what we want, it's also releasing. And that's why honestly, like my clients get so much results, because I don't just focus on the bright, shiny, good stuff, right? I'm like, okay, let's get into it here. Let's dig here. Let's release that, because holding it, pretending it's okay, that don't work. That don't serve you. That's why you're not getting what you want, right? So we got to focus on that, face it. It might feel intense for a moment, and then we get to clear and shift it. Actually, I'm going to set that intention right now for all of us. to face our shit, right? To face it, to feel it. Any bumps that come up for us in 2022, to face it and to quickly work through it. I'm going to set that intention. Just like this little bug that I had on Tuesday. I had a little stomach bug. I was throwing up all over the place and I was like, oh goodness, what's happening? I'm like praying to God, please just let it be a 24-hour bug. Please just let it be a 24-hour bug. And man, I felt better that night. Like, I can't even tell you, right? So, so let it, it might be intense. It might be intense when the bumps come up. We might feel it, but let us shift through that quickly. That's my intention for all of you for 2022, because I'm not going to tell you you're not going to have a bump in the road in 2022. I mean, that's life. Something's going to happen. Like you're going to get a flat tire or something, right? Something. So, but what I am saying is it's going to be a better year than it has been. And what I am saying is that when those bumps come up, let's face that. Let's shift through it. Let's heal it. Let's get through it. And man, if you're in my series or you're working with me one-on-one, like, yeah, you're going to shift that. You're going to release that. You're going to work through it so much quicker. You're going to get your results quicker. That's what it is, right? You get to where you want to go so much quicker, because I use healing abilities and the coaching and all that stuff, right? So it's beautiful. And yes, Kimberly loves that intention for 2022. Yes, we shift through the bumps quick. That's what we do, because we are phoenixes. We rise from the ashes. All right. All right, I'm going to close my eyes and do a mini aura reading now. Again, you can just keep your eyes open. You can journal. You can close your eyes. Whatever you want to do is perfect. I am going to sit back and close my eyes so that I can tune in to the collective energy, whether you're live or on the replay, keeping into account, just connecting with the energy, allowing my spiritual guides and your spiritual guides to show me what needs to be cleared and released right now and what energy we get to tap into. All right, so I'm going to ground for a moment. Okay. Okay, let's see. An aura reading starts with colors. So I may mention colors or what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. I have, I get it in all different ways with my abilities. So it's all perfect. All right, I'm really seeing the color red here first. And what this color red is representing is really that desire, that passion, that fire, that excitement, the ambition, like the possibility of what you want to create, right? All those things that you want to create this year in 2022 and beyond. Like, oh, like, yeah, I just see, I can feel the momentum, the money, like it feels expensive and expansive. Expansion is one of my words for 2022, by the way. But anyway, I just feel the energy behind this color of like the expensiveness. A lot of you talked about abundance and money goals, and expansion and just growing and achieving more than you thought. Time collapsing, right? Really allowing time to collapse and allowing us to do more in a quicker time, right? We just talked about shifting through the blocks quicker, but also achieving quicker, right? Again, we're humans, so you do need to have patience. Doesn't mean you'll have overnight success, but you can achieve more in a year than you thought possible, right? Is what I'm saying. So let's align all of you. Let's do an activation to align all of us with our highest timelines, right? For the highest good. Say yes in your mind if you would like to receive this activation. But really aligning you with your highest timeline to connect you with the expansion and expensive energy, to align you with doing what you love, to being with who you love, to experiencing deeper relationships. And just to rise, honestly, to rise, rise, rise. I see us like in our new homes, like on our balconies, like looking out at the landscape, just gorgeous, this gorgeous scenery that I'm seeing in these beautiful, beautiful homes. Um, so really aligning with this energy of what is possible. And if it's not a new home for you this year, whatever else is, whatever your goal is, it's not going to be the same for everyone, right? So just picture yourself in that end result and what you want to create. Journal it out later. Remind yourself every day, connect with that vision every day of what's possible. Beautiful. I just sort of see like the stars aligning, momentum happening with that highest timeline activation. All right, let's see. What's not working? What do we need to clear and shift? I'm seeing actually red and purple coming in now. So the purple is representing all the ways in which we are not owning our power, all the ways in which we have let others rob us of our power, influence our decisions, tell us it's not possible, give us bad advice, whether it's parents or lawyers or professionals who meant well, even friends who thought they were giving you the best advice, but they only know what they know and they don't know what's best for you. So releasing all the bad advice, all the ways in which you've given your power away to others. Releasing and clearing that energy now. I'm seeing a purple circle of light, a purple orb of light in our solar plexus, basically brightening, and this purple light expanding through our bodies. You can visualize it for yourself in your own body. Really releasing your want and need to people please, to do what others want, to let that go and to really connect with your intuition and your power and your confidence, and to trust yourself and to trust the universe, to trust God and yourself first and foremost, always, to make the best decision for you, to go after whatever you want, to own your power fully and completely. And I see this purple orb of light expanding. The light is expanding and filling up your entire body. Down through your torso, your butt, your legs, at the bottom of your feet. Out both of your arms, shining through your fingertips. And up and out through the top of your head, shining through your head. This deep purple color that is filling you with your power, with your queen-like energy, allowing you to lead your life, your business, your love. To know that you always make the best decisions for you and others if you're a mom, right? Knowing that you make the best decisions as a mom or as a boss or as a that as well, but most importantly for you, and to not let others' opinions and advice, we're letting go of others' opinions and advice overshadowing what is best for us. You know what's best for you. Okay. Now I'm seeing a green color come through. Which is money, money and nature. I know we all want some money, money, money for 2022, right? So let's see. What do we need to clear first? Seeing some brown energy that gets to be worked out here when it comes to our money mindset and beliefs. It's really just the old stories, the programming from your parents and grandparents that was passed down. Those beliefs about money, that it's limited, that there's not enough, that you can't be rich, that money doesn't grow on trees, that rich people are evil, that they're no good, all those money stories. Maybe you can get money, but then you lose it. Yes, so that is the brown energy that we are clearing out right now. Because money is energy. Money is abundant. God and the universe have your back. And abundance is your birthright. So those old stories and limiting beliefs about money do not serve you. We get to clear that now. So you get to remind yourself when any negative money thought comes up that abundance is your birthright, that money comes to you easily and effortlessly. Whatever money saying or affirmation feels good to you, seek out a few so that you have them ready to go when the negative thought pops up, so you can replace it with a positive money affirmation. Rich people do good is what I'm getting. Think of all the celebrities that have donated money with this pandemic, right? To food shelters or whatever else they've done, right? So that just disproves that rich people are evil, doesn't it? Those who are wealthy can do a whole lot of good in the world, and we each get to be one of those people that are wealthy and do good in the world. Okay. Let's see, I'm still seeing a brown color here. Let me see what this is. I'm getting love here. Basically heartbreak and heartache, those who have hurt you. I'm getting like a lot of mom energies, dad energies coming through too, but the mom energy is a lot stronger. Like the ways in which your mothers have let you down, disappointed you. It could be childhood moments that you're not even remembering at this moment, but that have affected you and gave you some type of negative thought or limiting belief based on that particular situation. So let's, Archangel Raphael is coming in. So let's do a healing on your heart chakra right now to release the grief, the sorrow, the limiting belief story and attachment that goes along with this story around, like I said, mostly the mom energy, but there's a little bit of dad energy there too. So releasing any ways in which our parents have let us down, disappointed us, to release this. Run a Christ-light activation at the same time as Archangel Raphael is wrapping our hearts in his green light, healing energy as well. Again, just say yes in your mind if you want to receive this healing activation. And letting go of that pain, of that sorrow. And really connecting you to your love. Knowing you don't need a wall up. You don't need the wall up. You don't need to push people out. You get to let people in. You get to be open. You get to give and receive love. So I'm just seeing the heart chakra light up into a vibrant green. Now the angels are coming in and making a circle around each one of us. Just encouraging us. They're just here to love and support us, to remind each of you that you can call on them at any moment and ask for help. You have to ask for help, right? You have to ask for help from God and the angels. Ask for their interference to work through something, to achieve something, whatever it is. Ask for their help. Could ask for signs, right? Give me a clear sign that a 4-year-old would understand is a good thing to ask for sometimes. But also for their help to achieve a specific goal. So they are pouring their love and energy into you. And Archangel Michael is coming through to cut the cord, since we had that parent energy come through. He wants to cut the cord. Again, just say yes in your mind if you would like to do that. It's just going to cut the negative energy only between you and your parents, so that you're not keeping that with you, that energetic connection. And by the way, it doesn't matter if your parents are alive or passed away. We can still cut the cords and release it and do the heart healing and all that. It still works because it's energetic, right? Okay. Beautiful. And Raphael's wrapping you in his green light again. Since those cords were cut, the angels are pouring white light into you right now, healing you. And I just heard, yes, 2022 is going to be amazing. And they're sprinkling gold light down on us. Aligning us with our highest and best. The color blue is popping up right now, so definitely releasing. We talked about this a little bit with the power, but this is specific now to the throat chakra, to release all those ways in which you've stayed quiet and what you played small, and aligning you to really speak your truth. Enforce boundaries is part of that. But yeah, so aligning you to speak your truth, like you are one of a kind, you matter, your voice matters, and you get to share your knowledge and wisdom with the world this month, this year, this lifetime. So aligning you to speak your truth. And then nature came up earlier too, so connecting with nature is just really important to get yourself grounded. And it's also healing. It's just very healing to get out in nature. So take the walk, put your feet in the grass, hug a tree, connect with the sunshine, look at the birds. Like all of that is actually helping you to achieve your goals. It's helping you to feel balanced, to feel connected. to feel lit up. It's like replenishing you and giving you energy. Whether you consciously know it or not, each and every one of you need to connect more with nature right now. So get outside, even if it's just for a few minutes, depending on the weather. And then obviously, as it's nice to spend more time outside. And let's run another healing to clear past disappointments. Let's clear the past, like the defeat, the disappointments, like all those things that didn't work. I'm seeing like a gray, a white that we get to clear. Just past defeat, past disappointment, all the things that didn't work, because they have no bearing on where we're at now and what we can do in the future. So let's clear and shift that energy and instead tune into possibility. What's possible for us? What's yeah, just what we want, what we seek to achieve, and knowing and believing that it's possible. Okay, so now it's coming through as a light pink. The gray is changing to a light pink. So again, connecting just with why you're in love with this goal you want to achieve, right? It's going to help you get there. And I'm just seeing pen and paper now. So definitely writing down your goals, journaling daily, writing down your goals every day, like I talked about in the beginning, is really going to help you to set the tone and the stage for 2022. All right, how did that feel, everyone? You can open your eyes, feel free to unmute or put in the chat what you experienced, what shifted, how that was helpful for you. Let me know. Oh, all right. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Definitely, you want to write out your goals. Like I said, after this, you could continue journaling. You could absolutely write your intentions down for this month and this year. Don't forget to do that while we're still in this new moon energy. I love that the new moon was so close to the beginning of the year, you know. It's so powerful for us to really set the intention and make amazing things happen. I am super, super excited. I hope all of you are too. And I would love to have each and every one of you join me with the Manifesting with the Moon workshop series. It is so affordable. You get like so much for the cost. It's amazing. So again, Crystal Lynn Perez, 2 L's in the middle there, right? For the ending of Crystal and the beginning of Lynn. 2 N's in Lynn and Perez, Perez. Go to my website, sign up, click 2022, send me a message if you have any questions. Let me see what you guys are writing here. I can feel the warmth and energy, very healing. That was amazing. Thank you. Thanks for clearing the space. That was fantastic. That was amazing and helpful. I definitely feel lighter, a warm energy. Thank you so much, Crystal. I love it. I know these aura readings are so powerful, and I can do past life readings, and right, the angels came through. Like, we just never know what's going to happen when we tap in, and it allows us to shift and heal and clear. And that's why doing this on a monthly basis is going to just bring you amazing results and amazing 2022. Don't do it on your own. Get help, seek support. If it's not me, do it with somebody else. But definitely, you're going to love the workshop series. If you're interested in joining us, go check it out. And I wish you all an amazing 2022. Highest timeline, quick, right? A lot of quick energy that I set the intention for, which I love. Discipline, right? Show up, stay focused, do whatever you need to do to get your mind to the positive, like shift out of it. You can make this happen. You are powerful. You can do it. If you have the thought, if you have the vision, it is possible. It is achievable. I would love to help you, but either way, you can absolutely get there, and you can get there quicker with my help. And I'll see you all soon. Yay for 2022.